hazard everywhere.
Yeah.
Where's this at? Really?
These are right, you usually get the same thing.
Oh. There's guys that said, well, I think there's bobcats back there, and they go, oh, for God's sakes, I walk in the timber.
You have bobcats all over
Oh, they're all
your
over
place,
the
I guarantee you. I
Are you
guarantee
serious?
You're
You think
not-
I do?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. I was thinking that one. You know what I'm thinking.
That's how many people. About 100-pound difference.
Okay, I need to ask you guys. So a raccoon dug a hole in the bottom of my ban that I have ground feed in for the buffalo. How? I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. All righty. Well, I'll move to approve the agenda, the minutes of August 1st, 4th, and is it September?
No,
It's all August,
October.
October 8th. Liquor license renewal,
Where are they on the agenda?
At the very top, you don't have to have the dates as long as they're in the minutes with the dates.
It's not on the agenda, I don't see how we can approve it. It's got agenda and minutes of last week's meeting, but it doesn't
It
have,
doesn't say any dates on it, not even last week's, or dates.
okay, so our minutes of last week was
They,
the 8th. And that's what we have on email, or,
You have all of that, but whatever, that's right. Whatever he wants to do, whatever he wants to select, that's fine.
If it's not on the agenda, can we approve it?
It's on the agenda as it's been every single time, as just minutes without a date on it, as long as the minutes, what I type, have the actual dates in them.
It just says minutes of last week.
It just says minutes, it doesn't even say last week, it never
So-
has.
But she's wanting to approve minutes that,
You got last week, and you didn't approve, because you didn't get them before, enough hours before the meeting.
okay. So you didn't get them printed in time of last week.
Right.
So that was the 4th.
And we had the first was last week, the 4th was the Friday meeting that they had when you weren't, here in town, but they had a meeting they had to do a quick vote on the 4th, so.
I believe you can approve.
Okay.
pardon?
I believe you can approve them.
Okay.
Good? I'll second that.
Been a motion made and seconded to approve the agenda as presented. In minutes with dates, you have the dates?
1st, 4th, and 8th. And you also need to do the license.
Okay, so when you say the 1st, 4th, and 8th, August 1st,
October 1st, October 4th, and October 8th.
October 4th, and October 8th. Okay.
And today's date also?
They haven't had a meeting yet today.
No, for last week. which
That's
was
the
eighth. What about the emergency meeting? Is that the
That's
first?
the 4th,
I'm sorry, I'm not following on the calendar. Fourth,
yes.
first, fourth, and eighth. And the ninth in Columbus.
Class C for a liquor license renewal, yes.
Motion made and seconded to approve the agenda. Minutes of October 1st, 4th, 8th, and a liquor license renewal for Knights of Columbus. Dates of October 15th, 2024, October 14th, 2025. Or is that the yearly?
12 month.
Okay.
Let's see.
Any other discussion? All those in favor?
Aye.
I'll abstain because I don't think. All right. As far as meetings, I had a meeting with public health and I am not going to get into the discussions and things that went on. I don't think it needs to be, I don't know. Some of it doesn't need to be discussed publicly, but, let's put it this way, the supervisors never got out from under the bus. So, I
Wow,
think that's all I got.
okay.
I went to the Republican Forum last weekend, this weekend, and decent turnout. I wish there was more there, but
Yeah, it would have been nice.
it was good. It was good to get with everyone and hear some views, so it was good. Meetings, I was light on meetings, so I guess that's all I have to speak about.
Well, since I wasn't here for 2 weeks, and I apologize, but yet it wasn't because I was just not coming in. The first week, I had gone to Atlantic to listen to the Lincoln Foundation giving millions to the Southwest Iowa counties, which is so exciting because now we can start our projects and he's so giving that it was such a big event. It was very exciting. It was at the Bluebird, beautiful, beautiful wedding venue in Atlantic, or on the outskirts of Atlantic. So it was very well received. The governor was there, Debbie Durham, It was just very pleasant, very exciting. So then last week, I flew to Dayton, Ohio, as I am president of the area region of council. And of course, Dayton has a car factory, so they brought 8 electric cars for everybody to sit in. And of course, I was beating the salesman of how does a corn state accept electric cars? And his response was, I guess we gotta eat more corn. So they still think we produce sweet corn in these thousands of acres. And I'm sure they probably thought we still have cowboys and Indians. I don't know, but I beat him down pretty good, and he probably is not going to send me an electric car. I'm sure he isn't. But they are fascinating. So there's a trunk in the front, a trunk in the back. The batteries are on the bottom. And I said, what do people do when they drive 20 miles on gravel roads? What does that do to batteries? And he just stared at me like, I don't think I'm
Playing pool.
I laid it on pretty heavy. If you're in
Well, first of all,
town,
you should have asked him, where do we charge these in the corn?
oh, I did. And of course, he stared at me again. And then he says, well, I think what is now that they've got it down pat is when you live in town, that you charge them at work and then you charge them at home. It's not perfected yet. And it's just really sad. And then I went into the landfill. Do we want batteries in our landfill? I laid it on pretty thick. So it was pretty interesting, but that's what I do. Let me tell you, the AI is always the number one of topic of what it's going to do to this country, good and bad. Just a lot of exciting things to hear from what other states are putting up with and all filtering down to our county. So it was a very good trip.
Sure.
So with that, it was good to come home. Well, thank you. We are so lucky to be in Iowa. That's all I can say. Woo! Love our Iowa.
Okay, Mr. Engineer, grader operator.
All right, I'd like approval to hire grader operator. I'm going to Chase Musil to fill the open full-time position. You can read through there. He's got 9 years of experience in the construction industry, farm boy, so been around equipment kind of all his life, mechanically inclined. So I'd recommend approving him at the union wage of $23.91 per hour and officially starting tomorrow.
Oh.
He's ready to work.
I will make a motion to approve the new hire for secondary roads grader operator.
And I for sure second that, because will he be grading 250th Street?
Yep.
Yay, okay. We need him to start tomorrow.
You've left rock on it.
There isn't any rock.
It's hard.
Got a motion made and seconded to approve the hire of Chase Musil, the grader operator that's been vacant for a while at $23.91 per hour according to union contract. Any further questions, comments? All those in favor? Aye. Opposed? Motion carries. Okay,
Okay. Next up, approval to post part-time on-call truck driver position. So this is something that we're trying to get ahead of the game. We have a truck driver retiring, and then, there's gonna be two. There's another one. Basically, coming into the winter, we have potential being short-handed. And so we have this idea, kind of like we did with the seasonal hauler. Can we hire someone that is strictly on call when we need them for the bigger storms and are short-handed? So if it works out where this person retiring and retiring November 15th, maybe we can get someone lined up and hired right away. We also, it's inevitable, storm comes, we have someone on vacation, someone's sick, whatever. However, if, depends on the snowstorm, depends on who's working and this and that. If it happens where we have a snowstorm and we're down, can we have someone else on call that we can call them? They're in their CDL, we know that they can plow snow, we're comfortable with them. Hey, snowstorm, can you be here at 5 a.m., plow to them?
Kind of like the state.
Exactly like the state. They hire for it, seasonal,
Steve
winter.
did that
maintenance
for
every
10 years.
So I've talked with Mike Galloway, he said that's fine, I've talked with the union, their only concern is that we offer, it's the last resort, we offer our own employees the overtime and compensation first. So some storms, we would call the trucks in early, but not the graders. So in that case, if the truck driver is sick, we call a grader, top in the truck before we call him sick. Absolutely, I would rather do that anyway, so it's just very, very well to approve this, interview, hire someone, and never call them. Just don't know what the future will be. It'll just affect. We definitely would have used them last year with the big storm.
Right.
We had people gone, and we're cleaning up after that storm for a week, so definitely could have used them then. So I wrote up a job description for you guys to look at. And if you don't want to decide today and take a look, that's fine, since I didn't get this to you to review earlier.
Well, my opinion is, I've talked to people that run the state trucks and stuff, you know, and some of them are farmers that want something to do in the winter time, maybe not full time or something, and it gives them a little bit of an income. And it also gives our guys a break, maybe, you know, but, the state's run this for, you say Steve, I know he was on there for a long time.
The only thing is, Steve always was notified like 4 hours before to be prepared, or if he needs to sleep, because it was always midnight crew.
Yeah.
And that's always a tough time to,
Midnight, so.
exactly. So just give them a heads up and
Yeah.
let them be
Yeah,
prepared.
especially if we know, okay, this homecoming, you got 2 or 3 people on vacation.
Right.
We've already asked around, graders, whatever, like.
Yep.
So the reason
Jay, that's a great idea.
I would would like to see this done is the timing. You know, yeah, we're in the middle of October here, we're looking at November. I think when this weather pattern changes, it's not gonna be good.
It isn't going to be good. Remember I told you 100 days was foggy. And after that, so the middle of November is going to be,
That's it, huh?
that's it. Mark my word, going to be water, snow,
10th
ice.
to the 25th is what for prediction.
Yes, yes. Listen
I'm all
to me.
for it.
Yeah, I am too.
It would be started at, like we do with the mower, $20 an hour, so it's under the union. Below the lowest union number. And then I have right in here that it's maximum 4 months. So when we hire them, just like the mower, their data hire, they have to be out at 4 months. Yeah.
So you okay with the union and run it through Galloway and HR here, I'm good with it. I think it's a good move.
Yeah.
I'll make the motion to approve, approval to post part-time on-call truck driver position.
And another caveat is, so I did bring up another option. Well, could we talk to a local contractor
Sure.
and say, hey, we're shorthanded, can you take care of this road? And HR said, that's a big no-no because that's taken away from the union position.
Sure.
So this is our next and only option.
Jake, I think this is a great idea. So will you need to get him coming in and get used to the trucks, or giving him
Yeah, we can
some
give an
time to
opportunity, but also we're really gonna try and hire someone that, maybe someone that's already worked here, retired, they work farm, or they work for the state.
right?
Have done the on-call with the state, so we know, yeah. And then it's just showing them the specific truck, but they already know. It's not actual training, here's how you plow the
Right.
road.
Good.
Because if they're only gonna be out there once in a while on the big storms, we wanna make sure they already.
Absolutely. That's a great idea. I so second that.
Okay, next is to approve purchase.
Oh.
Oh, sorry about that. Everybody's in talk, so all those in favor of part-time call-in truck driver?
Aye.
Aye. Opposed? Motion carries. Okay, now we'll go to the purchase of boom mower and tractor.
All right, this is, we budgeted 220,000 to purchase a new tractor and boom mower. We, received $15,000, or will receive $15,000 from the RVM grant to go towards the boom mower. So all in all, with our trade-in, they want to give us $24,000 for our current 20-year-old tractor. Total comes to $203,548.33.
To who?
Agrivision, junkie. It's a diamond mower.
Since this is a budgeted item, I will make the motion to approve the purchase of the boom mower and tractor.
How soon do you need to pay that? I mean, is this-
Well, we don't pay this until it comes in, so this is, we put it on order. I want to say this thing. So we won't have it for this one.
Okay,
We'll probably get it sometime in the spring
In the
and we'll
springtime.
have it for next summer.
okay. So hopefully we'll have money for you. Rich bills.
Interesting general
Here's the money
discussion.
for it, and we budgeted for it, and he's good.
What was the total, not 203 what?
548.33.
and 33 cents.
Well, it's gotta get them
I
pennies.
think there's the same on it if you don't.
And I
keep it
second
going,
that.
so.
Been a motion made and seconded, approval to purchase boom mower and tractor from Agrivision, some with grant money and trade-in, for the total cost of $203,548.33. All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries.
Just the boom mower is.
Yeah.
Tractor one.
Okay, you want a water line to the shop?
Okay. So, our water situation, we've talked about putting in a fill station at our new garage down here. And then, talked with you a little bit about going to the GMU, getting water tap fees waived. But also with that, down there, it's gonna be 20,000 just for the work. And then about 25,000 to connect to the water line and get the valves and everything we need. So we budgeted $25,000 for water hookup and bathroom install down there. Since we got the price, we're kind of kiboshing that. We still want water fill up for our RVM hydro seeder and stuff. That's where we purchased the fill tanks from Joe Benton, right? And so that we can fill those up with the hose, it's 3,500 gallons, and then we can pull off that for the hydro seeder. So then the next thing is, that's not really gonna work for filling up a tanker. And so we have an opportunity to put in a 2-inch line at Malvern into our new shop. And we'll bring the building and we'll probably run an overhead so we can fill our tanker from the top. 2-inch line, talked with Doug, so the mayor of Malvern. Everything, install, hook up, all that will be $9,600 for it.
Very cool.
So with that price,
Because there was already water in the shop, right? Did they not have,
not a 2-inch line.
so you're just going
So
with a bigger line, but it isn't like it's never had water?
Yep, no, it has
Got
bathroom water. and
Okay.
everything.
Yeah,
They
so-
actually were putting in a pole and they went right through the water line, so they have to do some repairs and stuff like that, so
Now is it
there's like
good time?
3,000 to 3,600 of that they're paying, they're waiving, there's no tap fees or whatever, so it's just 9,600 for all the work. I think it's a no-brainer, it's the time, it's rebuilding.
Who would install this? 8,600 to who?
It was, the name was Travis.
Travis Wright?
Right.
Right, water and sewer, yeah. He's doing the water line down here too.
And he's got his own company?
Yeah,
Okay.
he's doing the water and sewer on the subdivision.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So basically, the 25,000 we had budgeted for the bathroom down here, we're not doing that at all. And we can use it for the 600.
I'd make the motion to move forward and pay the $9,600 for the 2-inch water line to an Auburn show.
Are you wanting to get this done now before it gets cold, or is this
Probably, yeah, because they're working on the building, so
okay,
they want to get it done. So.
okay. Is the building done?
Our building?
Oh, the camera building.
Yeah, they were supposed to just start on Wednesday, that's record time.
Okay,
Oh, it worked all through the night.
Yeah.
well, that's what we want.
Yeah.
I second that. That'll be nice.
And a motion made and seconded to approve, install a 2-inch water line at the Malvern new building at the cost of $9,600. Any further discussion, questions? Not all those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. Oh, for general discussion, sir, before you get started,
Okay,
I had 2 phone calls last week.
all right.
As I was selling corn, and both of them happened to be from farmers. One of them was over in the eastern part of the county. He was commending the grader operator for removing his machine from the road. So that 3 combines, 3 heads, 2 grain carts, and 3 pickups could move safely down the road. He says, I just want to commend the guys. He says, we appreciate it very much. We appreciate him taking care of the roads too.
Where was that?
Wow, that was a compliment.
300 and had to be clear over because I think it was 390 somewhere over that vicinity. Yeah, north on the north of 34 there someplace. And then the second call was from down around Strand. It happened to be the same moving outfit, and they run into all the rock trucks.
Oh,
And they all pulled off in a driveway and stuff so everybody could get by and.
Very
You give me 2 compliments? You give me 2 compliments?
Yeah.
wow.
I called the office and you weren't there, so I left a message and
That's
said, no.
wonderful.
Bill McGrew,
Oh, of course.
but no, he says, you guys don't have to do this, and he says, but we appreciate it, so. Anyway.
That's great to
Well,
hear.
very seldom, we don't very seldom get nice things said about us,
Absolutely.
That's
so.
good to hear.
Now, if you could only have them wave, when people wave at them, they never, just remember who pays.
That's because they're so focused on the road.
This,
Because I wave them all the time.
and they don't wave at you. All
But
right, well, then
I'm
it's
glad
not
to
me.
hear it's other people as well.
It's just nice to be friendly.
That's why I figured they're just too focused on the road.
Okay, all right, well, then I'll let it slide by. Yeah, but when they're looking at me, it's like, that's wonderful, Richard. That makes me feel very proud of them. That's great.
Pass it along.
Yeah. I'm sure it has it on.
All right, general discussion, we're gearing up for winter, bringing in our equipment, plows, sanders, going through all that, making sure we're up to par. Shouldering's going on down at Levi, we started yesterday, after the overlay, our own crew's doing the shouldering,
How much more do they put on that?
1.5 inches.
1.5 inches?
And where do they go for that tar rock or
The millings,
millings?
where they're getting it from?
Yeah.
Omni Engineering, so over in Omaha.
Oh.
Like on, is it, Street, 50th and Active, something like that.
Okay.
We were getting some from Corey Light, and then we switched on.
Okay.
Got better price, so we went along the whole. And then I wanted to warn you guys of a high accounts payable coming up. You were just saying, hopefully we have money, I hope so,
Mhm.
because we have Levi Road and Broadmoor, so paying Western Engineering coming for that. We got the bill. Although you will be happy to know, I believe we're 30,000 under budget from what they quoted us, so did good there. But it's like 370,000 for Levi, Broadmoor, 70. Also a new pickup that's probably gonna come in potentially with that one, so 50,000. So just letting you guys know, we're going for a good high score here.
Yeah,
Let's go around. And
370.
Chill to you, that's all I'm gonna say.
Huh?
370,
Chill.
Yeah.
370 for Levi. And what was Brother?
I think it's right at
70.
69.
And we had mini oil in there someplace, or did we get that in the last one?
Ooh, I don't think we did get the last one. So we got another 470,000.
Oh my God.
They're very appreciative that you
Yeah,
guys
it's
take
good.
good care of us,
Yeah.
and it is nice, I drove through.
They're all
some of
budgeted
that.
items, they're and approved, they're just probably gonna come out of one.
You just have to chill before you come see that.
And then
Make sure we're gone.
this one, we
Yeah.
don't have to put in this accounts payable unless we want to just for fun, but we did, approve factoring budget that we're gonna transfer from our own account to the FM state account. I believe 300,000, the 300 or 350,000.
Yes, we're right ahead on
Just to kind of help us out at the clock and the project's coming up, so. We could throw that one in there too, just to, why not?
Why? Oh, my
it. You're
God.
I'll hold up on
I'm
that
locking
one.
our doors, you just go directly to.
I'll hold up on that one, but,
And then people
that
say,
one will
why
be
don't we
coming up.
have all blacktop roads in this county?
No, they all want them paved, don't they, Ronnie?
They do.
Well. Okay, well, thank you for the warning. Okay, I'll
I'll
sleep
tell you
good
what.
on that.
You better bring donuts that day.
I just hope that the rain we get doesn't
We need
come.
it.
I know we need it, but I hope it doesn't come in a storm-like system, like an inch and a half hour, because there will be ruts and intersections. I mean, when you drive through an intersection, it's an inch and a half to 2 inches of just plain powder.
Mhm.
It's not gonna stick around. It's,
And it's tough because
It's awful.
you know, like especially Deacon, we get phone calls because it's,
Not a big chance.
I used to call them watchwood, but they're actually
Chance.
very close, like wheels or whatever. But- So we go out there and blade it, and then literally a couple hours later, we got call in because it's that's
With T-Mobile for Business, our
Like
internet
this?
and voice bundle saves you more than 30% versus big cable. Setup only takes minutes.
Rain is only supposed to be for
It's
tomorrow. Oh, no, it's just chilly. No rain.
well, it was raining, and yesterday it was raining in central Iowa. I don't know what part, but they said, the bad part, folks, it's not hitting the ground.
No.
So,
Wow.
But thank you,
Thanks,
sir.
It's serious.
thank you.
Thank you, Jay. Thank you for letting us lay awake at night thinking about this. Okay,
We also have an excavator to pay for soon, 420.
you can leave.
You know
Matt,
what?
Matt, ready to get out of here.
Good.
You come first, okay?
Yeah.
Hold up, Matt.
That's something for me.
I'm just adding up your score right now.
You score. You failed.
What you got, sir? You got a new member?
We had a member who had stepped down from the
You're
planning
asking for over
commission,
$1 million?
and
This will be the
so
first time.
I know.
we would like to post to fulfill her term, which would expire in 2028. And then, just a heads up for we have two other members that hopefully will, ask to be reappointed, that their terms expire at the end of this year. So we just need to fill one position until 2028 at some point in time.
I'd make the motion to move forward with advertising for the planning and zoning commission member.
What was your other thought? Just pick and choose? Or is it always,
We appoint, so we can either advertise or we have some in mind.
Right.
okay,
So hopefully, yeah, if you have anybody in mind, or, yeah, we still have 6
because they've
current members,
never,
so it's not,
they've never advertised, have we?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, I thought it was always
Yeah.
appointing.
We advertise not appoint.
Oh, okay,
Yeah.
okay.
so if you have any good members in mind, please send them our way.
And how soon do we need to fill this position? I mean, she's gone now.
She's gone now, so it's open whenever.
Lonnie, you made the motion. I second that.
Been a motion made and seconded to advertise for planning and zoning commission member immediately. Any other questions or concerns? All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries.
Thank you, Matt.
Yeah, thank you. So is the spending moratorium, are we okay now?
You
We had the one email.
go talk to Jake. We're gonna start sending everyone to Jake.
Only budgeted items,
Yeah,
and if it's anything, talk to Jill.
environmental health is asking about, they need something for their inspection equipment. so-
That was it budgeted?
Yeah, he has it in the budget.
Oh,
But we weren't doing it because the email.
Yeah.
So,
okay, sounds good.
thank you.
Thanks, Matt.
Yep, see you night.
Mr. Weber, you're up.
Can I just sit here and talk?
Well,
Sit wherever you want.
sit wherever you want, we can hear you.
Well, probably 6 years involved in this thing. I've been threatened on the phone and also people dealing with me away from town. I had 3 people across me in Council Bluffs and 2 people right here. This goes back to had a person work with me many years ago, actually 6 years. So this one thing is holding for 6 years, which I keep in my office. And stole all kinds of credit cards and proceeded to break down and cry because her husband was leaving her. So a hell of a story in this courtroom, way different, folks. But anyway, I made a report to this man that I was supposed to. And he said, don't answer the damn phone. So I'm in a situation in my professional office that I should not answer the phone unless I get the return.
That's kind of hard in a dental office, isn't
And
it?
it can't hardly be done, lady. I'm in a heck of a mess. I got up at 6 o'clock this morning, sir, to have a meeting over there. And over here, okay? I fired that man. Representing me just had similar to what he's doing there. But I've got a hell of a mess. I need some help. So I'd like to know, I've got people driving around following me for Christ's sake. I had an incident here last Tuesday morning. Going north here on Pine Street, and somebody came toward me like that. If I had pulled to the side, we could have wrecked. The same damn thing happened Thursday, so help me God. I've got a mess, folks. A lot of people don't like sheriff works. We're treating more veterans. And I member for life. I can't quite transpired, but me, that's all developed, I think it started, was that Vicky Leeper in my office. And I'm puzzled what the hell to do. And I'm with you guys, I'm supposed to be over there, so you got some kind of political thing going on there, I'm telling you. I had in my notes, this morning I'm supposed to be over there.
Over where?
Board of Directors.
Board of Directors.
The question I want to ask is, why in someone in the office embezzle checks over 50,000 plus take credit cards from Dr. Weber and not proceed as a county attorney, get this done like that? Why does it take 5 years and not be able to do something? I don't know if it's.
With the county attorney is also the assistant county attorney. This case began under 2 previous county attorneys ago. Why it was stayed, probably pending further investigation, I don't know, I can't speak to that. No one in our office was here at that time that case was open. What I can say is that Mrs. Leek was brought to trial. She was found not guilty by a jury of her peers. She was found not guilty, she was acquitted. Beyond that, there's nothing we can do.
But I feel it should be appealed because you guys did not do your right, because none of the checks that were in that from the bank, you guys should have subpoenaed the bank over here had that lady show that all the checks were wrote by her, signed by her, plus embezzling his credit cards, why wasn't that evidence in?
The checks that were alleged, that were brought by Mr. Weber, were introduced and received by the court as evidence. The jury got a chance to see it. They found that that evidence was not credible and she was acquitted. And the jury choosing to believe or not believe certain evidence is entirely the jury's decision. That's not a reason to appeal a not guilty verdict. And I'll explain that to Mr. Weber. Mr. Weber also alleged that the defendant in the courtroom was not the real Becky Leeper.
That's true.
That is not true. That is 100% Becky Leeper. Her identity was confirmed when she was arrested. And Mr. Weber, I'd like to remind you, you sat across from her in open court and you identified her as a former employee of yours on the record.
I talked to two police officers. I shouldn't have been in. I was at the hospital on the Thursday before that, and also the Sunday. I shouldn't have been in there, my friend. That's simple. Don't tell me it can't be changed. I've got legal documents and it can be changed. Okay?
Being sick on the stand is not a reason to overturn an acquittal.
Well, let me show you something. You're not supposed to be here.
I'm familiar with the case law. He's shown it to me like 3 times. I am familiar with that. This is not.
Why are you getting involved in it?
I'm
He's
the
their
assistant county
attorney.
attorney. I handled the case for you. And Mr. Weber, if you remember, the reason the county attorney didn't handle the case for you is because you had an active complaint against her with the comptroller. You filed a complaint against her before the trial even began. That's why she wasn't involved with your case.
Well, it's still going because we had notified to have a reevaluation, and that paper shows them. You can reevaluate it, so you're wrong.
This is not a legal basis to overturn an acquittal.
Why am I dealing with you?
I just explained why, because you had an active complaint against the county attorney.
It's an active thing, right there it is in black and white.
Give me
Okay?
a moment to explain this.
Listen,
Me and the county attorney, we're going to handle your
let me
trial
talk for a
together.
second. I don't know why I'm doing business with you, sir. I think I made a lot of mistakes in that. How do you like that?
That's fine.
But fine, hell, it means a lot. You know, you sit there and so forth.
You are entitled,
92
you're
years
entitled
of
to your
age.
opinion of
Listen,
how I handle the
listen
case.
to me. Listen.
Go ahead.
I'm 92 years of age. I woke up this morning for 6 o'clock to be there. Somebody switched that damn thing. I know who it is. I don't know this guy either, okay?
Switch what?
Switched the times we're supposed to be. I'm supposed to be over there this morning. I got that, and I'm here. But you understand that? Just that simple, sir.
You're free to proceed over there if you want to speak before directly.
I would just like to bring up that why, if this happened to you, how would you feel?
I'd be upset, but sometimes people are acquitted. That's not my decision to make. It is the jury's, and they made that decision.
But to take 5 years, if anybody in here would have it, I bet you'd be prosecuted within 30 days.
They are more than free to direct that to the previous county attorney. None of us in our office were here when this case was opened. Why it was stayed, I don't know.
Now listen to this. When I left my office and Becky Luther left also, she had checks taken from my account. You don't know what I've gone through, sir.
I understand that was the
You
allegation
understand?
against her.
You know, you sit there and look at something that can't be done. I think it can be done, damn it, because things are injustice to George Weber. How'd you like to have somebody walk up to you and call you names? That happened to me in Omaha, okay?
Then you were free to report that to the Omaha police. And I understand you've also had allegations that people are harassing you in Council Bluffs. You should report that to law enforcement in Council Bluffs. That's outside of our jurisdiction.
I went through the, part of me, another person to deal with. And they did report that. Now, he's retired, gone. Now, let me start another one. I have now 4 or 5 in my possession about these bad checks that has never been brought to court. And in the last 5, I had 6 months going through hell, sir, of people that processed the checks, and she never was charged. I think it was $6 in the courthouse. So then, let's go back to now, 5 or 6 years. Listen to this one. 6 years. I've had people that couldn't deal with me because they didn't have anybody. I had one penny collection worth $35,000. Had to sell that for 15. I still can't get the damn things turned around, okay? This thing is a mess. One word, and you're a part of it. You did a hell of a bad job for me. I looked you straight in the face.
That's fine. You are entitled to your
Well, you're
belief about
fired
my
up. I
legal
don't want to do
bills.
business with you.
Now also,
Hey, I've got it.
Mr. Weber, I do want to make something very clear.
You
we did
told me
not-
enough of your clear stuff.
We did not represent you. We were representing the state of Iowa and advocating for you as a victim of
I
crime.
don't
We
have
are
to
not
have
your
you
personal representatives either.
I don't have to have you there.
Well,
And
for
you're
the trial
fired.
you did because you had an active complaint against the county attorney.
Lenny, let me talk to you. I have a case right now in this department where I was involved in having people call me and wanting to know why I couldn't pay my bills. What's the living hell on that? Now, it's still there. And the person that did that was in the office, and that's the person I'm talking about, Becky Lee. She was not in the courtroom. And they had another person there that he thought was another person in the courtroom there. That should have been her, and it wasn't. That whole thing was a farce. I just have to tell you, I was sick 2 days before that, shouldn't even touch the damn thing, it wouldn't be here. But that's still there. We have 5 or 6 years that this has been going on. I'd like to live with that, folks. And it's never gonna go away. Right now, if I went to my office and made a phone call to Becky Leeper, you couldn't call her. That woman that's supposed to be in charge was not the right person. You can't understand that identity. And now I'm back to this idea of every day having people call me and so forth, what the hell's going on? Can't you handle your business? I have a major problem with finance because what's this about? Was a living hell, I'm telling you. I'm a pre-war veteran. I can't believe I'm sitting in Glenwood, Iowa, and all this thing helping me. But it's not gonna go away because it's still over there. All those papers and so forth are still with that individual. And I think it's, can you believe 6 years? 6 years going through this goddamn mess. And I couldn't even cash the checks because the bank said, hey, this individual has got checks and we're gonna have to slowly take care of that problem. So I got a mess with the damn bank there too. Okay. But this individual still sits and could be charged and was charged through the police department here 6 times, and it's never been taken care of. And I've got the subject.
Mr. Weber, can I ask why you don't believe that was Mrs. Leeper?
I know it wasn't her. I keep telling you that.
But on what basis is what I'm asking?
Based on my eyesight, see that I know what you are, okay?
Okay.
Listen, mister, I'm a retired dentist. I have more damn education about evicting people, stuff like that, in my experience. You're a unique person. You didn't do me any good. We should have stopped it as soon as I made that turn and couldn't, I didn't identify that woman. The person that was identified is wrong.
You did identify her on the stand.
I made a mistake. I just told you that. Okay, I'm sick of all I have. How would you like to do it? Should have been there. You and I are hashing over things. I want to have some kind of idea. What's going to happen now to the various infractions against Becky Leeper? Because she's supposed to have been turned loose. Okay. But yet, she got married, and that married name is not the person that was on the chart in the courthouse, fellas, you got more chub going here shaking stick. 92 years of age.
I understand,
I think it can
allegation.
change. That shows right there can be changed, okay?
I understand the allegation that because Mrs. Leeper married, her last name changed.
And
However,
it
that is
wasn't
not,
changed. It wasn't changed there though. It was not changed.
whether her name on the trial
That's
information,
your opinion. I think
it
you're
is not
wrong.
my opinion, that is the law. Whether her
I
name
don't know
on the
about-
trial information
No,
is changed or not has no impact on whether or not she's the actual person charged with a crime under Iowa law.
No,
Yes.
that's not the right person. You should understand. That's not, bend the law a little bit and stuff. Trying to help me out here.
Do you have another attorney you're using, George?
He's been referenced to Dolman again.
Go again.
I had an attorney sit through this whole thing. Okay, I thought that had everything. Stick around.
And I do have to let you know, because this is now our, I believe, third or fourth go around with this. The Board of Supervisors is a public forum, and you are entitled to come and discuss with your elected officials any concerns you have about the ongoings of county government. However, we have now 3 times in our office had to speak with you with this, and you've been given the same information each time. This is a public forum. Our office is not a public forum. If you return to our office again to discuss these matters, you will be asked to leave. And if you do not leave, you will be escorted from the property by law enforcement. I have to let you know that now. Is that understood? I'm more than happy to speak to you in this forum about any concerns you have.
What about the people that's had these infractions and nothing's done? What's
I
happened to that?
have given you the answer. You are obviously not satisfied with that, and I'm sorry that you were not satisfied with the way the trial proceeded. However, that is entirely a decision that was made by the jury. She was acquitted fairly in a procedurally correct trial by a jury of her peers after they'd seen the evidence, which included all the checks that you brought to us. Nothing entered into evidence was anything that you personally did not bring to our office. All the checks that were entered into evidence were provided to
No, I
us
should
by
have
you.
walked, I should have walked out of that and gone to the hospital. You wouldn't be sitting here. I'm not done with it. Don't ask me what. I'm just telling you, I'm treated wrong, I don't like it, I look you straight in the face, don't talk to me.
Understand that?
This, that simple.
And I'm sorry you weren't satisfied.
Here we are, 5 years, not months, of this thing going on. And it's still, where the records show that she has all these infractions. 6 of them, 6. And then taking that many years to do things. How would you feel about that? It makes you think what's going on in Glenwood, Iowa. It's that simple.
If there's something we can do for you after you do some more research, George, let us know. You're the
Or
board.
look at that one form I showed you, because that shows that that can be realized.
We're not attorneys here, so we know nothing about the law. I mean, we don't enforce it here. You know, that's through our court system.
Now listen, you guys are county. I have another story to tell you. I have a person that has threatened me verbally on the phone. And his license plate number is 128. So I went to the county down here and talked to the man. What do you think he had to say? In front of my son. You're a damn liar, so help me God. I'll tell you, don't take this. If you want a true test, I'll take it any time. That's what happened to me in that room of the county sheriff's office. How would you handle that? A clean war veteran. Man, I tell you, I got in court. I had to be careful. That complaint never went anyplace. You said, hey, the other guy was at fault. But he had a different story. I had somebody walk 3/4 of a mile from the north end of my farm to right east of my house. He had a microscope with him. So, and when I drove out, I picked up in front of him. That man proceeded to approach me and call me every name in the books, okay? I've never seen the veteran before, but he lived north of me in a farm, and he walked that distance, we walked him back on that. When I went down to the county, The man told me a liar to my face. 3 more veterans. Mr. That, no, I'll never forget it. And it happened. I don't know what should be done. I'm not going anywhere. I'm 92 years of age. I'm going to continue on this until I die, maybe tomorrow. But I think something is not right. We're talking now in the city, and he has all kinds of information pertaining to the person that's in charge of me. Or I would call to him and he'd come up to the office and say, hang up the damn phone, or hang up the phone. So, I don't need you. Leave me alone, okay? Period. How would you feel, man, if that happened?
I'm just trying to get the gist of the whole story, George.
That's a new one to make me call. How would you like to be called a liar right now? I said, I think you're a liar.
And nobody likes to be called a liar.
I don't like it if I'm treating more veteran, damn it.
Right.
To my mind, took that man's head off, okay? It really did. I don't understand what's all transpired here over the years. I really don't. It's bad. You got people in right now that are driving improperly in this community. Let me tell you, this is something that just happened. Last Tuesday, I'm going to my office on Vine Street. I proceed to the north. Next thing I know, somebody is trying to hit me. And I'm clear to the area where the sidewalks are for that, the mortuary. And you pull over. Then it happened again, then it happened again for Thursday. Same thing. This is in Glenwood, right here. You know, and I gotta be careful. I have a hell of a temper. When I got discharged, I was a special type of organization. And the colonel and the captain told me, Weber, when you get out of civilian life, run the beat up for president. Quote me. And I had to not do that here. Anything else to put to this?
Just a summary here, if anything can be suggested, it would be very appreciated. I mean, we're both here professional people, plus we're both war veterans here. We fought for this country. And to be a veteran and honor this country, I think it's a disgrace as a son looking at the situation and being a victim. I think it's, for any county, I don't care where it is, but to come back after war and to see some person get embezzled this kind of money and not be prosecuted the proper way, I feel something should be turned around and done. I mean, if this happened to you guys, how would you feel? I wouldn't like it. And I'm sitting here on the outside, and I feel sad to see what happened to an elderly person. And I heard before, I'm going through this with my wife's folks. They should be thrown in jail. An older sister that literally is embezzling money and not giving care to her mom. So I see a lot of elderly stuff out there, and I think, you know, I wish I was a lawyer. I know, maybe you didn't know this, but there was 3 doctors. This was a dentist, then the oldest brother was an MD, and the middle one was a lawyer. I wish he was alive, because we had a case on corn that we fought, and I'll have to go to the grave with it, because the grain was there, and I'm an Eagle Scout, and I went all the way to Washington, D.C. to fight. And I know Richard Crouch is a farmer, and I had a lady on the board tell me 19% corn could last for 3 years. That's about wrong as you can find. And my uncle would farm too in Bellevue. He'd make a fool out of that person. And we had to suffer at least $100,000 on the farm because of that 3 years. They thought the corn, I dried it down to 9%. Nothing wrong with that. I want to make sure it didn't split. So what I'd like to say to finish the conclusion, if anything you guys can help for Dr. George here, I would appreciate it. Try to do something on it because it's not right. Because if anyone in this room would have done that, we'd have been in prison probably within 30 days. To sit here and wait something for 5 years is not right. And when I retired out of the service, I had people that you give and take and stuff. And when someone was supposed to be with MPs and do something, it was done right away. There was nothing out there outstanding on that deal. That's all.
Thank you. We don't have a lot of authority here on that, but we will definitely look into it. Thank you, guys.
Absolutely.
Thank you for coming.
All right.
And explaining the story. Thank you.
Well, Chief, what do you need?
Here to listen.
Here to listen. Thank you.
Appreciate it very much. Thank you.
Yes, absolutely.
I had probably 2 or 3 phone conversations with him, heard the same thing over and over and over, and I'm going, Doc, I might be an elected official, but I have no authority on what you want done. I said, you can come and try to us, whatever, but I said, we cannot do anything. Yeah, I don't call the county attorney bad names, and I'm not gonna get into that part, so, you know, there's nothing we as elected officials here can do.
Well, they can hire their own attorney.
So
Yeah,
part of the
the director of
process
his own
is,
It's a civil matter. He's been directed multiple times to Bill McGinn and Joe Herbold, whether he wants to do that or not.
Costs money, Carol.
That's entirely up to his own volition.
I mean, part of the process is he's talking about when we're dealing with credit card companies, we send subpoenas and then the way, I know one of the credit card companies he's talking about was American Express and they were within their nose at us and I don't think we ever got the information back from them. But then we turned our, what we did have on 2 different occasions, if I remember right, over to the county attorney at the time. And
So one of them went
John's
to trial.
spot on. It's gone through at least 1, if not 2 different county attorneys. And why the previous ones drug their feet, I don't know.
I would say for off the record. It's not public information. But the one that did proceed was an open trial. She was tried by a jury of her peers. All the evidence that we received from Mr. Weber in the form of checks was introduced and received by the court. The jury saw it. The jury's the fact finder. They decided that on Mr. Weber's credibility in the stand and the summation of the evidence warranted an acquittal. She was acquitted. And despite the repeated allegations that being sick on the stand for this case law that I have seen more times than I care to admit, where he thinks it says it does not mean you can overturn someone's acquittal. It's a very high constitutional bar. If someone's acquitted, you don't just get to turn around and retry them because you don't like the results, and she was acquitted.
Nothing we can do here.
So,
Steve,
I'm trying.
he was just in the hallway. I should have grabbed him. I didn't know what he was doing.
Well,
Good part of our mess cleaned up for you down there at the booster concession stand, so.
We're still trying to figure out what happened to that double warmer, and I know it's not you guys. So you guys have the single cheese warmers? We had a double one that we brought down.
It's not there?
Can't find it. I don't know where it's at. And I'm not saying, like I said, I know you guys didn't do anything. I mean, it was late, we were trying to move stuff back up to, because we got some warmer back up there that we used and something.
You know,
The one warmer we left down there and I grabbed it last night and got out of your way the rest of the week.
It was not going to organize the yes.
Those coolers are still down there, so you guys won't.
Transition to other news.
As far as beer goes,
I felt real bad. You got through them last night, so you're getting there. And it should be good to go.
Well, if we need a
That's just
like
why
I said, I need to
she's
go.
been
Terry's.
by his own action.
Yeah. I don't know where your team would have went, but someone had to pick it up and walk out.
Yeah, I don't know. Well, see, I thought he loaded it in Clark's truck. I can't find it. He says it's not in his truck. I mean, that's why I come down there a couple times.
I saw you pop back in, I'm like,
Mark's back up.
Okay, thank you.
Well, she's losing her mind because she's having to warm the cheese up in a microwave and trying to keep it warm. I mean, you know,
Yes, yeah,
the little things.
yeah.
Right, that and the fact that I think these things only was tonight, not last night.
On
We
the-
literally, I was cooking food for their team meal for cross country when we got the phone call, aren't you opening concessions? Yeah, we'll be right there.
Yeah.
Luckily, I got the team meal from them,
Yeah.
but everything else was kind of a flag of the seat of things.
We have
Time
we'll figure it out.
It's still
short visit.
Yep. Yep. It all happens.
But if you need anything, if you're like,
I
oh,
will. You guys are good. Thanks, sir.
I'm just going to discuss it afterwards and,
What is your problem?
Well, I don't have a problem here. I want to get some clarification.
Okay,
To you.
Okay.
okay.
Okay, I just want this as a matter of clarification. When we last spoke, I talked about the insurance claim for the ceiling. And I said that Ideal gave us a quote for around 14,000. It's not 14,000, it's 20,888. So I just wanted to make sure that's clear, so we don't have anybody wondering what's going on with the numbers.
Okay.
I didn't bring this piece with me. This is the same thing that the insurance, the company got, so
Sure.
I just want to make sure that we're.
Okay,
all on
and
the same page.
backtrack, it is when the water, the toilet ran over upstairs.
Yes.
So how much do they have to tear apart or
We're doing the whole thing.
gonna do the whole thing?
In the hall,
In the
not
hallway?
the rooms or anything like that, just the hall area.
Okay,
Yeah, I inadvertently put that $14,000 number out there. I just want to make sure it's on the record that
so
it was the
now
right
it's
amount.
20,000,
Yeah, 20,888.
all right,
Is what it's gonna be.
okay,
Okay,
Thank you.
all right.
that sounds good.
You got that, Amy?
Do we need to make a motion
Yeah,
on that?
I think you need to approve the new number.
Okay,
That'd be good.
I make a motion to approve the Ideal Insurance Company claim for 20,888 for fixing the ceiling in the hallway,
Main hallway.
the main hallway.
I will second that motion to.
had a motion made and seconded for the correct amount of insurance money for the ceiling, the main hallway of $20,888. Any further discussion or questions? All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carried. Thank you,
Thanks,
Steve.
Steve, for
Thanks.
checking into that. How soon?
They've got us on the schedule. I haven't heard.
Okay,
I had requested that they try to get it done before snow flies.
yeah,
So we don't have a lot of traffic coming in, the doors open with all that kind of stuff. So
Right.
we're on the schedule.
okay, all right, good enough.
Thank you, Steve.
Thanks,
Yep.
Steve.
We'll have some discussion after we're done recording.
Mhm. Did you guys see that? Did you see how I got up so nice?
I thought somebody was helping you. What are you looking for?
Right.
You're, I can't say your friend.
Oh.
I better keep that comment to myself.
Right, right, just a few minutes. You know your corn and beans out yet?
I'm down to probably less than 200 acres.
I got a first combine ride the other day.
We're selling more than that.
Those are fun.
Yeah, I like that.
11.8 this one.
Wow. You like trying, do you?
No. And I don't know when Bundy or Sire's gonna get into trouble because of room. And DNR wouldn't allow them to file this year because they said, well, you're too late in asking to get a permit. So they can't put
Good morning.
one on the ground.
Morning.
Good morning.
Hey, you got your lollipops and you stand up or what?
Well, it was Shelley's birthday yesterday and we forgot to get coffee, so we're prolonging her birthday, so we got coffee. So this was she was to celebrate 2 days, right?
We're gonna send Jacob to you.
You are?
Yes.
Oh, no.
He warned us for a large accounts payable coming out.
Me.
A lot of zeros, and we said, you're gonna go talk to Joe.
Oh, I bet. probably like, oh my God, I can't walk in that office and face down.
I told them we're locking our door.
Yeah.
I bet you are.
There's a lot of zeros, Jill. So.
Yeah,
Just receive it by mail, that's all.
yes, it's all in the budget, but yeah. it's a lot.
Yeah,
Okay, great.
well, and we paid out over $11,000 in vouchers last month
Well, that's-
of my, I think that leaves about 7 million in there.
This will be $1 million.
Yeah.
But
And that's kind of gonna last us till March, till the rest of the taxes. So, I mean, we'll get other stuff coming in, of course, but, yeah. It's crazy.
What we thought.
That's why you said you go see her.
Yeah.
Is, nobody likes me, do they? Because I was so,
Oh, yeah, no, we do. It's-
Yeah.
we like you
We
to the other
appreciate
people.
it.
I know they like you, they're just scared.
Yeah, we like you, we're just scared of you. There you go.
Oh, okay.
So we will rescind the resolution 2431.
Yes, I made a mistake on the amount that was due. It's not 506. So I need to rescind that resolution, and the new resolution will say, that any taxes that are, and it will be resolution 2434 that will replace it, that any taxes due at the time of the resolution will be abated. This way, if I continue to do that, then we won't have these problems with rescinding, because sometimes by the time I write this, have it on the board, get to you guys, a lot of things can change in between that time. So I apologize for not doing due diligence on the other one, but yes, so 2431 needs to be rescinded, and the new resolution will be 2434.
First of all, I would like to make a motion to rescind resolution 2431 due to incorrect
Incorrect
amounts.
amount.
Okay.
Mhm.
Right.
Okay, you gotta back me up, because realize I haven't been here for the last 2
Oh,
weeks.
yes,
So that
it's for,
504,
the 2431, it was for, I got a letter from the city of Emerson that they have taken deed to 605 Manchester in Emerson, and they were asking me to abate the taxes. And I abated them in the amount of 506, and that was the incorrect amount. So that is the one we're rescinding. And then I did a new resolution for this week, which is 2434, with, just staying on there, the treasurer requests that any taxes due at this time of the resolution be abated, because those amounts can change.
Not exactly.
Yes, because from when I tell
Okay.
you guys what I'm doing until I get here, sometimes
okay,
something.
so instead of 506,
Yes,
what is the correct amount?
it's 253, but the resolution says any taxes due at the time of the resolution be abated.
Got it.
Okay?
Okay, thank you for, because I now remember that.
Yes,
And I second that, Jill, or Richard.
Okay, we have a motion made and seconded to approve rescinding resolution 2431. Any questions, concerns? I believe it's been explained very well. I think it'll help us in the future.
Should we do a roll call on this?
Not on this one, but the
Not on
next
this
one.
one, do on the other one. All those in favor,
We're rescinding it.
Oh, okay,
opposed?
Then I would turn around and make the motion to approve resolution 2434 to abate the taxes for the city of Emerson at the time of the resolution.
yes.
Okay.
and I second that.
There's been a motion made and seconded to approve resolution 2434 to abate taxes in the city of Emerson when due, right?
That are due at the time of the resolution.
Okay. Any other discussion? Not roll call,
Crouch,
yes.
Mayberry,
Yes.
Benton.
Yes.
She's got the same number. What number is for the next resolution?
The next resolution is 2435.
So we change that number?
Yeah, it's just on here. It's fine. I'll have it corrected in a minute.
And this one is for the city of Pacific Junction. They had last year, they paid me as much money as they got from FEMA and everybody else who paid. And so this came due this year, and it's for the property at 402 Cordelia Avenue. And next year they will be abated, but they have no money to pay for this property. So we are going to abate the taxes on this, and the amount is $280. But again, the resolution says that I am requesting that any taxes due at the time of the resolution be abated.
I would make the motion to approve resolution 2435, abating taxes for the city of Glenwood, or PJ, at the time of the resolution.
So is this the only one that
They have left.
they have left?
Yes, that is the only one that shows any money due.
Okay.
Everything else says they had gotten money, and I applied as much as I could to what they had, and then last year we abated the rest of the stuff. So.
Can you realize what this has done to the county, right? People don't remember that, what the flood has cost us. And I second that.
Okay, there's been a motion made and seconded to approve resolution 24-35, abate taxes, the city of Pacific Junction, amount of $280 at time of resolution. All those votes, roll call, right?
Crouch,
Yes.
Mayberry,
Yes.
Benton.
Yes.
Who will sign that one, sir?
No.
Please. I'm so needy, aren't I?
No. Just one, Joe?
That's the 35, this is the 34. That's the rescinding of the 31.
So what are we drinking this morning?
It's a turtle.
Yeah.
From
Okay.
Harvest Moon, and it is very good.
Ooh, from Harvest Moon?
Yes, it is very good. Yeah,
It does look really good.
it is very, very good. It's probably got a million calories in it too, but you only live
Well,
once,
Keeps you moving.
you know.
You're the energizer bunny.
Gotta get the stuff, keep it going
That's
here
right.
now, so.
And we always thank you, Jill, of straightening things up and emptying those dark closets and
I'm trying.
I
And
know,
there isn't a
bless your
whole lot
heart.
of time, but I'm trying, so.
10 more years, you'll get it done.
Yeah.
This is the one on the Bungie LLC. If you will sign that for me, so I can get that.
Russell, granddaughter, they went up to an orchard up by Neola somewhere anyway. Made a picture of an apple. Oh, Russell says, I got videos of it, Dad, I'll show you. But she was like a monkey. I mean, she loves climbing trees anyway. She's always in a tree at home. I'm going, go outside and try and find her, you gotta look up, you know, look down.
But yeah,
And she thought that was just hilarious. So she'd stand up and she says, Dad, are these the ones you want? Well, are any of them bad, any of them good? Got a wormhole of what? Well, she says, I don't know, here. She thumped him on the head.
I bet that was on purpose.
Might have been.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yes. Do you have any questions of me or my office,
I
or?
do not.
I know we took a lot of flack for being closed for a little while, but, now we're back up and we're going. Let's see.
How's the training doing?
Stephanie goes to Ankeny again tomorrow for her final, I can't remember what they call it, CBE or something. And then she will go to Red Oak on Thursday morning and she has to have a minimum of 2 front seat drives. When she gets those passed, Jose from the state will come down and drive with her to make sure that she's following protocol and does everything correctly. And then we should be able to start doing drives. So I'm
Good.
hoping within the next couple of weeks, depending on when the state can come down, that we will have somebody out again, and we can start doing drives. And-
Good.
Super.
And she finally got her clearance of her fingerprinting, so we started today that she is, signed in and doing them, and Shelley's sitting at her desk and helping her when need be. And then,
I don't think people realize how much training
they don't.
has to go into this. It's mind-boggling.
Well, and not only that, when somebody gives you 2 weeks' notice, then you have to go through, you have to get applications, that takes you a couple of weeks. Then you go through them, that's another week or so. Then you call for interviews. Then usually whoever you hire has to give 2 weeks' notice at their other job.
Right?
Then we start all this training. See, she's been training now for almost 2 months. She came like the last week of August. She's trained all through September. And now we're at the middle of October, by the end of October, so 2.5, 3 months before you finally get
Wow.
everything. I think people have a misconception on driver's license. They think everybody walks in like you and me. Hey, I want a new driver's license. I need to renew this one. Here, and then you walk out the door. They don't realize all the OWIs, the temporary restricted licenses they give out.
Or
The
you
test-
should be having a license.
Yes, or trying to get some elderly people to give up their licenses. And then you have all your re-exams because somebody had an accident. And all of that is very time consuming. And the medical reports and the vision report, when we went to training in Red Oak, we went through a lot of that about how to properly read them and how to follow protocol on them. Because if you don't, and you miss something, you might put a driver back on the road that should not be on the road.
Exactly.
So there is a lot to it that people do not
So
understand.
Jim, what's your feeling on Switch? Maybe this needs to be at the,
CDL.
Yeah, that's the CDL
that's,
part.
yeah, but
Yes.
could they open that up and have that as a driver's department? Think it ever would work?
No,
No, I don't think so either.
because that's a training purpose only for
I
semi
suppose you're right.
drivers
Right.
or, you know.
I'm just thinking that would take a load off of you guys.
Well, and
Well, not so much that is, people won't have to leave, drive clear to Des Moines and be there by 8 o'clock in the morning, to spend your day of training to get your CDL,
yes,
you know, when you could do it right here.
right.
That's true.
And we can't offer that anymore. It's been several years since we've offered CDL. They used to use the state facility down here, then they had to put up their salt sheds and stuff. So there wasn't any room to do your turnarounds and your backing and those kind of things. So then that's when we had to give it up.
Got it.
So,
Yeah, this is gonna be lovely
oh, yes,
at Switch.
It is-
Wonderful.
it is a very good thing. It's a good thing.
And they said it's
For Mills
just
County
booming.
too. And
Yeah.
Mhm.
very proud of it.
Yes,
Yeah.
Well, I've
it turned
had
out
people
very
call
nice.
me from Cage County,
Oh,
wanna
yeah.
know when this is gonna
Oh,
be
yeah.
taking place.
Absolutely. I
It'll
get
be
calls all the
It'll be
time.
bigger than what people think.
I
People-
think-
People say, well, this isn't gonna work.
Oh, yes,
Oh,
it
then-
will.
What a perfect spot for it.
Yes, yes.
That's what I
It's a
thought.
beautiful
Yeah,
school.
location is
Yes,
ideal.
the
They're
naysayers,
gonna
it
get
was
people
like,
from Bellevue, Lincoln
Right.
to
why would
Missouri,
you,
yes.
why would you not come here?
Yeah.
Instead of trying to, like you said, go to Des Moines or go to Council Bluffs and Council Bluffs is appointment only, and it's so hard to get in up there for anything, and
Yeah,
so,
they are really tough, you know, you talk to people standing out here in the hallway. Where you from the Council Bluffs? Any particular, yeah, we can come down here, get our license, be back home before.
And be treated kindly.
yes,
Where they went
Thank
through the
you.
line.
you hear that a lot.
A
You hear
lot.
that a lot,
Yes. Must be nasty up there.
yes, and it's hard to get in up there, I mean, they're 3 weeks out, and
A
most
lot of
people. And most people need what they need right now. That's why we see so many of the TRLs with the OWIs and stuff, is because you can't wait 3 weeks to get in. You need it now. And
Right.
same thing with a lost license. When somebody misplaces it or it's stolen or something, you don't realize how many times you need your driver's license for numerous things.
Mitchell went over the boat. His license is in the Gulf. And he is,
Oh, no.
how can I do this? Let's go here.
hurricane did, it could be up in
That's,
Arkansas.
and that's when he lost it. That's when he lost it.
Yeah.
People getting those northern light
Oh,
pictures. Oh, those just
some of
beautiful.
them are just awesome.
Will got the best picture. The combine was black.
Oh, I saw
I
that,
can't-
yes.
Wasn't that beautiful? And Stetson, you can't see it with the naked eye, but when you do it with your phone,
Mhm.
that's when you get the beautiful picture.
And who was it? Somebody got a picture of the comet last night or the night before.
Yes,
Uh-huh.
and the 17th, the
That
moon
was
is supposed to
man-made.
be the brightest. What did you say?
Okay. You got an insight on this? We don't know.
We shot it from the ground up. What do you mean? Flying through the air. God.
I tell ya.
He, so what's he need to get his license?
So,
He's in Louisiana.
okay, he can get on the Iowa DOT, website, and he can ask for, they won't give him, they'll give him a piece of paper, but he,
I wanna fly him home, but I can't. He needed to fly
Oh, he
home.
needs ID.
If I can get him here, you guys
Piece
can
of
handle it.
yeah.
Yes. Cause what's he need? Like a piece of mail and a birth certificate?
oh, to come in to get a duplicate, no, if he's already, if he's
Yeah.
already got the gold star and everything on it, which I'm sure he does, all he needs to do is come in and tell us, hey, I lost my
Yeah, but
driver's
He
license.
can't get on the plane down there without it.
Right.
You gotta
Yeah.
have something sent to him.
And he is, this thing is,
It'd be a long walk, yeah. I don't know if that temporary, because it won't have his picture on it, it's just a temporary, you know, if somebody's lost their license in Arizona and they're driving home.
Well, you know when my purse got stolen,
Yes,
I had Senator Ernst write me a letter, and they said it, they put me into the criminal pen, and
yeah,
they called, but you can do it, but you need
Mhm.
a legislator, so that's not gonna help the children, let's see. What would you do? This poor kid.
this is where he's at right here.
Oh my gosh,
And,
Lonnie.
and that's New Orleans. So he is about
Oh.
as far south in the United States as you can get.
So did he get hurt?
No, he just is wind in the water. He's good. It's all good, but he needs a license. And
Oh my gosh.
I want to fly him home to get his license.
It's
I
a
can't
truck.
fly him home till he doesn't have a license.
Mhm.
And it's not a short drive from the north
No,
of Mexico to
Yeah.
Iowa.
Do they vouch for who he is, like a boss or something?
Oh, how would,
TSA doesn't care.
does he have like a work ID or something that he has?
Yeah, it
to
was his
picture?
billfold that went into the.
oh, Lonnie,
I FedExed him down new cards and bank cards and stuff to, you
so
know,
at least he can eat or whatever.
he can't fly.
Oh,
Okay,
how do you get this kid on the phone?
let's do a
Baggage.
little research.
Put him in the baggage.
I said, once I get you here, I said, I know Jill can take care of you,
Yeah.
but
Good to take care of it.
you're 24 hours away,
Mhm.
21 hours away.
Lonnie.
That's a long drive too.
Did
It's a
you
long drive.
We used to do it
See now
from,
the Florida
Gulfport,
people,
Mississippi, that's
Yeah,
where
what?
we were staying.
did you see now the Florida people, there's alligators and snakes that are coming in?
Oh, those.
And I said that to myself,
I
these
did
little
too.
creatures have been flooded away and they're finding houses to crawl in. Oh my
Well,
God.
the one guy was
This rant
rescuing
that they
people
got
and that
from
alligator was
Jay.
fighting at that boat and these guys were walking that water. No way.
No way.
No way.
I would
Hospital.
never live down there anyway, but, oh
Public
God.
health place, anything.
Nah,
Anyway, the
it's,
total grant was
yeah,
$57,360.
there's lots of insects.
Yes.
And lots of poisonous.
You know,
You got it.
Big snakes.
Yeah.
Big stick.
Yeah.
They only got it.
No, so that's.
Yeah, we'll work on that, see what we can.
If
see what we
there's
can do.
something, I mean, I know he's up on that, Monica and him have hopped on the DOT website to see what they could do.
Her fault. My thought is
I don't know that they've gotten very far.
fraud or default.
Okay, let's see what we can do. Yeah.
I think we think we're gonna do it.
Okay, will do, yeah. Okay.
We get big fish to fry other than try to fight mutual license, but
Poor kid used to come home.
That's right.
over Thanksgiving.
Oh, Lonnie.
And I'll be here before you know it, won't it? So,
Exactly
yeah.
right.
Yeah.
Somebody has.
Oh, we gotta get the kid home.
Mhm.
Might have to drive, but we
You have all them people.
prefer to eat.
Right, exactly.
That's, well, it's 4 days actually. 'cause you get there for 4 hours.
Yeah, we've tried it before.
Yeah, he'll have
We
to
were
stop.
probably close to his age and it's,
Absolutely.
yeah.
They
It's
come
a
I'll do
long
it,
haul.
but it's,
Yes.
Andy coming in.
I've reached out, I haven't heard just now, email and text, and I'm not hearing back on either one. As far as I knew they were, but. I guess it's
Can we
office
go
is-
ahead and adjourn meeting and start back up if we have to?
Yeah, yeah.
So did you learn a lot of stuff at your meeting?
I did. I was telling the guys, you know, Dayton, that's a car factory.
Mhm.
And so they had 8 electric, different cars all driving in. So, I mean, I've never sat in one. And so, of course, you know, it's the number 1 car and yada, yada. So I laid it in to them. I said, what do you want me to do when I come back and tell our corn farmers? What do you want me to tell them?
Yeah.
And they still couldn't reproduce sweet corn. And they said, well, I guess you
I
gotta
don't know what
tell
else to do, because she's not responding.
Oh my gosh, are you kidding?
And I looked at them and I said,
I'll make a motion to adjourn the meeting at 9:44.
and I second that.
There's a motion made and second to adjourn meeting at 9:44 and reconvene if we have to later this morning. All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carried.
All the states are complaining of the AI, how
Yes.